Ohio State crowd to say it before the game. I don't want to hear them, we beat Michigan if they don't care about it. Sit your guys, rest your guys, get ready for the playoffs. If that's the new world we want to live in, Gregory, we can live in that world. But
I'm not an Ohio State guy.
Before the game.
I'm not an Ohio State
Don't
guy.
try to change it after. That's all I'm asking.
Game mean anything? No, because it doesn't even matter. That's the biggest thing. We don't spoil their season if we win. It's not a big game to me. They're in the playoffs. It doesn't matter.
We're talking Dave Portnoy. It's Rivalry Week. Got a lot to talk about. I think that he might be the single worst person that has a voice in this whole Michigan versus Ohio State rivalry that ultimately doesn't matter, gets played out on the field. But we are on our little side quest project in the ethos today, exploring this.
Would you rather win this game or win the national title?
You'll win both.
What would you rather?
You'll win both. One
Would you rather last year be Michigan or be Ohio State?
Oh, last year I would rather be Michigan.
Good God.
That's a preposterous. That is ridiculous.
No
You'd
doubt.
rather not win the national title?
Ohio State had a hollow, empty.
Absurd.
Now, I think this, I don't think that is something I really take a lot of issue with. I'm going to take issue with kind of probably what happens next. So, just the setup, because I've seen how people like this talk and debate. But when someone's asked a would you rather question, I think the way to kind of spin it is to be like, okay, look, it's the Twitter thing. It's do you like waffles or pancakes? Because I've heard Dave talk about this before. Do you like waffles or pancakes? It's like, okay, I like pancakes. Oh, so you hate waffles. That's what this is going to end up becoming because, like, I've heard him on this train before. Ohio State fans that say that they like the Natty over beating Michigan. It doesn't mean that they don't want to beat Michigan, and it doesn't mean that game doesn't mean anything. That game means a ton to them, and especially people who are from Ohio. That game means way more than maybe it should, and it means a lot to me. I want to win that game. And so what happens when you lose a game like that, the way you can tell that it means something is that you get emotional responses like fire so-and-so. And a lot of Ohio State fans were there, myself included, like in an emotional reaction right afterwards. Now, we all acknowledge that Ryan Day could have go on to win the national championship. So it's a funny starting point for that. It's like I would rather beat. Never mind.
National title.
Absurd.
Brandon Walker, will you fix
wait,
it?
play the clip.
I've tried, Greg. This is absurd.
No, play the Ohio. Play that video that I have. Austin, get the video of the two Ohio State guys that work for us. The Fat Boy, Fat Ev, and Ohio State. Get those videos up right now. Let them see what they said at the end of the game. Get that up. Don't let them go to break. We'll make it up on the other time. Get that clip up. I tweeted it out. Get that clip up of them talking and show what is. You want to talk revisionist history. These two guys are sitting there saying they knew they were going to playoffs. We're dead. They fire Ryan Day.
Oh, I'm not debating that Ohio State
what
people
they
said
do
that.
the rest of the season.
I'm not
we have to
debating
beat
that.
Michigan. This is rivalry.
Okay. That's a fair point, but my issue is like a lot of it is like dishonest, right? Like a lot of it is dishonest because I'm sure, like I'm sure, right? If I go to Dave's Twitter, I'm not gonna find a single tweet about how they should fire Harbaugh, right? There's no way I'll find that, right? There's no way I will find a tweet that says fire Harbaugh. Right? Right there. Right there. November 30, 2019, fire Harbaugh. So for me, the whole thing is funny because it's like he's a great arguer. I just think it's generally like bad for the rivalry when he takes a stance like this. Like, don't let them run from that. Well, we're not gonna let you run from fire Harbaugh and then going from that to meat right him. Like that's what fanatics and fan bases do. The issue is, I think that he tries to diminish the rivalry game at some points, and then blames it on Ohio State fans. And that to me is why I think he's a terrible person to like even have a voice in the rivalry.
This is blood. This is 100 years of feud. And if it doesn't matter to you, I'm fine. I just want the Ohio.
There it is. No one said it didn't matter. They just said that wanting to beat. They just said that they're
Ohio State crowd to say it before the game. I don't want to hear them, we beat Michigan if they don't care about it. Sit your guys, rest your guys, get ready for the playoffs. If that's the new world we want to live in, Gregory, we can live in that world. But
I'm not an Ohio State guy.
Before the
I'm
game.
not an Ohio State
Don't
guy.
try to change it after. That's all I'm asking.
I'm just saying if the goal should be.
So he is saying how much the game matters. And shout out to Woody.
No,
clipping
it doesn't
this
even
up.
matter. It was the game.
Because Dave. Hey guys, we just hit 4,300 subs. We are trying to get to 5K before the game. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment as well. It helps us greatly. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Now is saying that Ohio State people are saying the game doesn't matter. And I'm glad that Woody clipped this, because this is why I think it's frustrating and annoying, right? Because like Dave will say this, and a lot of Michigan fans will just parrot it and say, oh, Dave said it, so you guys must not be taking the rivalry seriously, when people were just saying they like, because there was a debate in Ohio State country, they like the natty. Some people, a lot of the younger fans, like the national title over the win, but want both. That doesn't mean that one doesn't matter. And this was a year ago, him putting a narrative on Ohio State fans that he was actually parroting, but no one wants to talk about it.
Game mean anything? No, because it doesn't even matter. That's the biggest thing. We don't spoil their season if we win. Like, it's not a big game to me. They're in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. So you guys all think this is a big one? Okay. This is going to be a footnote in the history of this rivalry. It won't, like, no one will remember this one.
Yeah, do that and then just be like, oh, but if we lose, it doesn't matter.
Oh, Dave. If Michigan beats Ohio State, there's zero chance that you are not talking about it.
It's always
what, my
sweeping
word doesn't mean
rival.
anything?
It doesn't
I said
matter
No, it does.
if you're
Always matter. Well, that's the dumbest thing someone can say. Does the game mean anything?
Tate saying it will always matter. The reply, that's the dumbest thing anybody could ever say.
No, because it doesn't even matter. That's the biggest thing. We don't spoil their season if we win. Like, it's not a big game to me. They're in the playoffs.
Crazy. And I guess that's why I think Dave bugs me in this land of like saying that Ohio State fans are saying the game doesn't matter, when it was really just you parroting over and over and over again that it didn't matter to you because you thought an ass whooping was coming. And I think that would be an easier thing to own. And now we have to deal with Dave Portnoy on this ridiculous run about the game, because he's the face of, he's on Fox Sports, he is on the Big Noon Kickoff. And honestly, he's made a lot of those shows very unwatchable. And so he goes from that version of saying like things don't matter to now saying, okay.
The question, it's another victory weekend. Michigan absolutely pulverizes Maryland. Now collision course with Ohio State. We win, we're in the playoffs. Ohio State's already trying to devalue the game.
Saying Ohio State's trying to devalue the game. There's not a single Ohio State person that's devaluing the game. You were the one that devalued the game a year ago, and you know that some morons will parrot you pretend like people are devaluing the game, because people saying they want to win a national championship does not devalue the game. People saying they don't want to fire Ryan Day anymore because he won a natty does not devalue the game. In reality, the game means a lot, I guess, in terms of the sport, in terms of like playoffs and like making or missing the playoffs, and there's still that level of hatred. No one's devaluing the game.
I did put a tweet out that said, honestly, this is just for Ohio fans only. I want to know before we play this game, do you care about this game? Because Ohio State is obviously in the playoffs no matter what, right? So what are we just going to, this new technology, the thing just moves around like I'm on a ship?
During the commercial break,
I don't want the thing moving around like I'm on a ship. Sometimes technologies themselves. I'm not moving around right now. Why is this moving around?
I can during the commercial
I'd
break.
rather this stay steady for all our millions of fans watching on FS1 this morning. I'm not moving around. The camera's moving around. But I want to know, stop moving around, camera. Stop doing that.
Thing is, Dave, we want to know, does the game mean something to you this year? That's the big question, because last year it didn't mean anything, and then you want to talk about it, and now you want to accuse Ohio State fans of devaluing the game when you're the only one devaluing the game. And this is why I think Dave is like awful for the rivalry, because of all the media heads, of all of them, he's the one that devalues the game. Desmond Howard doesn't devalue the game. He goes out there every year for the past decade and picks Michigan to beat Ohio State no matter what. Kirk Herbstreit doesn't devalue the game. Talks about it. Obviously, sending his son there, but still didn't devalue the game. Still acknowledges how much that game means. Obviously, we know Urban Meyer, the media person, thinks the game is really important. Talks about it at great length. I mean, goes on the sideline to go check out what Michigan has, and like I can definitely appreciate that. I mean, even Charles Woodson, great for the rivalry, values the game. There's a lot of guys. I mean, even Joel Klatt. I would argue that Joel Klatt does a better job making sure he holds the rivalry in great regard Because what Dave does is, because it only matters when he says it matters, he becomes a person that people point to outside the rivalry to say, oh, the Auburn rivalry is close. The Auburn-Alabama rivalry is close to Michigan-Ohio State. It's not. Oh, the Red Sox-Yankees is close to Michigan-Ohio State. No, it's not. And so I think when he takes this stance and acts like this, it overall gives more people things to point to when it comes to the rivalry. Now, I don't mind his trolling when it comes to the rivalry, but I just think he's so bothersome. And it's funny.
Lived in that rivalry.
Klatt had this to say. He went on one of the the next round, which I think is an SEC-centric show. I don't know. But Klatt was on this show.
Right, it is Michigan-Ohio State. If there is a rivalry that approaches the hate of Alabama and Auburn, it is this one.
Approaches.
Come on, Klatt. You haven't lived in this state. They live in separate states.
You guys haven't lived in that rivalry.
Klatt, they live in separate. They live in separate states. These are the same state. Same state here, Klatt.
Same state does not matter. Same state does not matter at all when it comes to rivalries.
Smaller territories.
I mean, there are people that mumble in church if the pastor references this game the wrong way.
Guys, I love you.
Oh, don't
the
do
Iron
this.
Bowl
Don't do
is
this.
not
Klatt, don't
in
do
the
this.
hemisphere of Ohio State.
Out of your mind.
Lance started the show with if 5.5 is a scary number, if Alabama loses this game, he went directly to arrest reports.
Yeah, the arrest reports Sunday morning.
Oh, it will be, I'm telling you, it will be crazy. The people will be getting arrested overnight.
Just because the Ohio State Michigan players don't have enough class not to fight, and Alabama's players and Auburn's players don't fight.
I do wonder if there's going to be a tunnel incident this year.
Don't give me this.
Yeah.
That is not more heated than, Klatt, you have never lived in this state. I love you like a brother. Okay. My brother in Christ, you have never lived in this state to see what an
My brother in Christ reference, okay.
Iron Bowl is like.
All right. No, I'm not discounting it. I don't want to discount it. I think it's phenomenal.
I mean, you did.
And I love rivalry. I discounted it as compared to the greatest rivalry in sports. You know, like let's just have some.
Are the Red Sox and Yankees playing tonight?
I mean,
See, even them saying Red Sox Yankees is a great rivalry is insane.
Baseball is not a rivalry.
Okay, Klatt, chill. Damn it.
Joking about ESPN.
Yes.
I like Klatt. Klatt's better for the rivalry because he understands the importance of it, because he covers it kind of closely and doesn't cover it like the same way that I think Dave does, which I think is horrendously corny. And then I want to get to this, because I thought this was absurd. I can understand thinking one rivalry's better, but not in the same hemisphere. It's just plain false and rage bait. Okay, there's two parts. You want to talk about rage bait? Your co-host or whoever he is on your show, tweets every single week that a team is better than Ohio State when they're clearly not. A&M, he tweeted LSU, best team in the country, so all that. So, like, your show, the premise of your show is SEC country and also hyper rage baiting, and this is also kind of pandering to them. It's funny. This is DG. Auburn has been relevant like 3 years in the last quarter century. It's not close. Cute rivalry of the state of Alabama. The problem is that Alabama has rivalries versus UGA, Florida, and Tennessee. They claim those all as rivalries. All the SEC teams do this. UT also claims UGA and Florida. OSU and Scum only claim each other. That's it. The rest is just conference play. That's so important. And my issue, I guess, with Dave and all this, and I'm always a tie back to Dave, is and people like Dave, people that try to do this in front of a microphone, is the Big Ten is a conference I'm always rocking with. But when people look to some of the big talking heads and think, okay, like this rivalry isn't as big as this, or this isn't as big as this, because look, he's saying it doesn't matter, or look, he's saying that one side doesn't think the game matters. I think it does more harm than it does good. Not that it really matters, because I don't really care about the grand scope of things. But in terms of like rivalry talk and like being important to me, I think people like Dave that try to devalue the rivalry and then point to the other side for devaluing the rivalry. I think that is a bad personality for the rivalry and the rhetoric, when all it is one person trying to save face in case they lose, which is what Dave was doing last year. And now this year he's pretending like Ohio State fans devalued the rivalry. So, which is funny, because like, how can you say that one side devalued the rivalry when they also wanted their head coach fired, who has, the #1 win percentage in college football? And after that game, they want him fired, but you're saying Ohio State fans devalue the rivalry. It's insane. It's inconsistent. It's not important. But anyway, want to get this out, quick little 10-minuter. Got a lot of cool stuff coming in the next couple days. I've got Rivalry Talk with Johnny Olden coming tomorrow. And then I've got an I-71 rundown episode coming tomorrow as well. Also, Ron and I just dropped a watchback episode. Tyler dropped a watchback of 2006 the game, and yeah, a lot of rivalry content. Make sure you like and sub, and we'll be around.
I miss the rivalry without media being so mainstream, because the rivalry game had mystique. It had, you wondered how your rivals felt about their team. You never really, it's like you lived in your own separate worlds, and then for 1 week it was like you collided. But like, but the thing is now is like I know how they feel. I know all the bullshit that they've been saying for 4 years now, and it's like I miss when it was just like, hey, great week, great game. I'll see you next year. And it was more respectful. It was more. It was better.
It's that R word, the respect word. I think
there's no more respect, and like Dave Portnoy is a problem. He's one of the reasons why. Like where was Dave Portnoy 6 years ago?
Yeah,
making a bunch of money on Barstool, but nobody knew. I didn't even know. I knew who Dave Portnoy was because of Barstool. I didn't even know he was a Michigan fan. Had no clue. Not a clue until 3 years ago.
I disagree with your take. I think media is really good for the rivalry if the right voices have a level of respect for the rivalry. Not respect for the opponent, respect for the rivalry. I don't think Dave does. And so that's why I'm doing this video.
But like, he is a major influence.
I know, I'm saying he is the worst voice
so
in the rivalry.
All of these people follow it.
Yeah, that's my big issue with him, is that like because he says something, like a bunch of Michigan fans, not all of them, but a portion of them kind of believe that's true about the other side. And I think he is a problem.
And like, sure. I'm getting called out in our comments, which is fine. I'm okay with it because I am an Ohio State fan. Mm-hmm. Like, let's not get this fucked up. I'm an Ohio State fan. Mm-hmm. I just happen to talk on a microphone. I'm not going to sit up here and talk about how great I think Michigan is and how blah, blah. I don't like them. I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to be respectful. I respect the rivalry. I've said that I put out a clip today saying that this Michigan team is better than last year, and I'm nervous.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm going to sit up here and be and somebody called me an airhead because I don't like Michigan, and I don't like Michigan. I'm not supposed to. I'm a fan. I'm not a journalist. I'm not supposed to be non-biased.
Well, the video I'm doing isn't even about liking Michigan. It's more just about respecting the rivalry, I think. And I think the only thing that hurts the rivalry is people claiming that it doesn't matter and then pretending the other side said it.
I think there was
Ohio State fans say it doesn't
I think
matter.
Twitter and I think social media has ruined the respect factor of this rivalry.
But I think
now all it is now is just troll job after troll job. And it's on both sides.
I'm saying troll jobs are fine. My issue isn't here we go. I don't need Michigan fans to respect Ohio State the way that I think you do.
Yeah, I don't like them. I actually hate them. But I respect what this rivalry has been.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like you see, here's the line that I think Dave crosses. I think Dave goes from not respecting the rival to not respecting the rivalry. And I think that's the line that I think is a bad one to cross when you have a voice. You don't really respect Michigan, and that's fine.
No, I respect Michigan. I just don't like them.
Okay, so even when fans don't respect Michigan, I'm okay with that as long as you respect the rivalry, I guess. Because I probably have too much. I probably have too much respect for Michigan, and part of that's because I have a reverence for my mom who went there. But I think you respect the rivalry. I respect the rivalry. I have an episode coming out tomorrow with Johnny Olden. He respects the rivalry. We talked about that at great length. But my issue is when one of the loudest voices on the Michigan side doesn't respect the rivalry and thinks that not respecting the rivalry is a new way to disrespect Ohio State fans, and that's where he loses me. So that's it. But I'm gonna end it. We're about to do a real show. I just want to throw this clipping on the end of my Dave. What is it? Portnoy or Portnoy?
Portnoy.
Portnoy.
It's just one of those things where
where's the R?
Portne.
Portnoy. Dave
Yeah,
Portnoy.
whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like I think it's okay for me to say that Rich Rod was a bad head coach at Michigan. But I
Yeah,
didn't disrespect him and say that a national champion head coach was gonna pee down his leg. Like, just
Oh, I don't
the biggest
care about that. That's
nonsense
fine.
stuff ever.
That when Dave says that, I'm okay with it. The big issue was what I said before is like him saying Ohio State fans try to devalue the rivalry because they haven't, and that's my biggest issue with his voice. But
He didn't
anyway.
even watch the game last year. He literally said he wasn't going to watch the game last year because they were a 20-point dog.
Yep, and that's not respecting the rivalry.
Yeah, fuck him.